Brett Richter here at the CPTC Community Co-op Complex in Beausejour, Manitoba, ready for race weekend. Overlooking the big half-mile oval track here in Beausejour. They've done a fantastic job getting the facility ready for the weekend. They've had some snow, but some great cold temperatures and made one heck of a track. And on that track is some of the best ice oval racers that the country has, North America has, really, to be honest. And I'm lucky enough to be sitting here with the driver of the number 6 Pro Champ and the number 6 F3, Mr. Gavin Peterson.
How's it going, Brett?
It's going fantastic. How about you?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, this is the hardest thing I have to do all weekend. I don't know about you.
Yeah. Let's ride the snowmobile.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. A little nervous, but we'll see.
You've been a good off season for you? I know you do a lot of bike riding and the motorcycle riding.
Yeah, I did a lot of dirt biking this summer, just around home. Went down to Florida here a couple weeks ago, Mini O's, just to watch and ride, but check that out. And yeah, we're ready, we're prepared, sleds are good. So it should be a good weekend.
Good. I don't think people understand really the physical requirement it takes to race, especially 2 classes of this caliber over the course of the weekend. What type of physical shape do you really need to be in to do this and do it well?
I mean, the physical shape, you definitely need to have some stamina for sure, especially for like the 15-lap finals and champ. It's tough to hold onto the sled, especially going 100 miles an hour into a corner. It's tough to hold onto that handlebar coming in. But definitely doing a lot of like forearm workout, and riding dirt bikes has honestly been the best thing for me. So just keep getting that heart rate up. You can't replicate it, especially in the gym.
I've always been surprised, I shouldn't be surprised, but I have been, that when I talk with drivers that have finished a final and they're down at the podium on the front stretch, they're physically sweating. You see the steam coming off the forehead. It doesn't look like that much of a workout to the spectators, but what are we missing?
But you're coming into the corner, you fight everything, because the sled doesn't want to go where you want to go. So you're fighting everything about it. You're moving your body around, and the G-force load coming into is really something incredible. You got to ride it to experience it.
Is that core strength that you need for that kind of stuff?
It's core strength, a lot of forearms to hold onto the handlebar. Like when I was little, I used to roll over to the right every once in a while because my hands would blow off. But I've gotten better over the last few years, and just stuff like that.
Is the ride on the F3 substantially different than the Champ?
Oh, 100%. 2 totally different sleds. The F3 is a tank. It weighs 150 pounds more than the Champ. Just rides like a ton of bricks. Do
you have a preference?
I'd like to say I like the F3 more, but it all depends where we're at. Like this track here, I definitely like the Champ a lot more, just because it's flat, smooth, there's no bumps. But Eagle River, it's a lot tighter. You got to come in, you got to use the brakes. Where the F3, you have to use the brakes to drive it. And I like a rough track too. It just makes it more challenging. So they go hand in hand, back and forth. Depends where you're at. Sure.
Blaine Stevenson once told me that the rougher the track, the better, because he thought it brought the driver more to the forefront and less of the sled. You kind of agree with that?
Right. Yeah. You gotta drive where there's no bumps. So you got to change up your line.
On a track like this, how much are you on the throttle, off the throttle on your Champ sled? Are you mostly on?
95% of the time, I'd say you're on the throttle. I'd say most of the time I just hold the throttle on and hit the brake to kind of slow down. Just I have different driving style.
Sure. Do you have a driving style you try to emulate? You got somebody that you've watched and that you like?
I used to watch Blaine a lot at Eagle River. I feel like I replicate him a little bit at Eagle River. Here, I haven't done a whole lot of just watching per se to see how people drive, because this is only our third year here. So still got some learning to do, but I've kind of picked up on some things that I want to try this weekend and see how it works.
You going to try that at practice, or are you going to wait for the heat race and try it?
Oh, I'm going to try it all weekend, so I had a bunch of stuff I've been looking at.
That's good to hear. The level of competition looks pretty stiff.
Yeah, there's some fast guys for sure. Last year we struggled with speed, couldn't get any mile an hour on the top. Our whole shots were really good. But we seem to have found something on the test track the last couple of days. We've got some good mile an hour, so we'll see how it goes.
So what's a successful weekend for Gavin Peterson and his racing team at the end of the week?
A successful weekend is everybody's happy in the trailer, nobody's butting heads. We made both finals for Champ, hopefully not an LCQ in there, and top 5 in the F3.
That's a lofty goal because there's some big hitters out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you come off the track, who are you talking to say, I want the sled to do this, it didn't do that? Who's that person?
Definitely my dad. We go right into the trailer, write it down on the wall, what needs to get changed, what I feel like should be done. I'll talk to my dad. And then my one mechanic, Dusty, he does like all our clutching, I mean, everything on the whole sled, I'll be honest. And then there's also my Uncle John. He comes with us. He's been coming with since I started, probably 10 years ago now. We've been doing it since the little sleds, and both them guys have been coming with, and dream team, we call it.
That's good. Does your dad get you? Does he understand what you're looking for, or is there still a little bit of communication where you can't quite?
Yeah, like it all depends, kind of. Like most of the time, he'll look at something and see it's high siding somewhere, or looks a little loose, and he'll do something and not even tell me, and then I'll go out there, hey, it's a little better here, and he's like, yeah, I did this, and I'll say, hey, it's pushing coming in a little bit, and then he'll say, well, it doesn't look like it is, and we'll kind of go back and forth to decipher what really needs to be done. Interesting.
It's good to have that level of communication that you can understand somebody at that level and make those kind of things happen.
Right.
You were talking to me a little bit about your helmet here before we got started and some of the things you've done just to personalize it. Tell me a little bit about some of the things that you've done again so we can see those.
Well, really it's just a base FXR 60 ATR2, but I just taped this whole front nose piece here because the roofs will come in, hit your nose, especially on the sides here mainly. Then I'll tape the vents up too so that cold air doesn't come in.
Yeah, the roofs only happen if you're behind somebody.
Yeah, I did a lot of that last year, so we're hoping to fix that.
Hopefully you don't need that adjustment.
Yeah, right. Hopefully we just take it off here eventually.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be ideal.
So, takes a lot of people to get you to the racetrack every weekend. Who do you want to thank?
I'd first like to thank my dad, especially. He's supported me since day one. Dusty, my Uncle John, Milt Reimer from FXR. He helps me out a ton. Woody's Traction. I'd also like to thank Bikeman Performance. There's one more or two I can't think of.
That's all right. Not a problem. If you think of it, let me know. We'll try and squeeze it in somewhere. So let's wrap this up. We're going to give you the FXR Fast 10. And since you're 17 and technically single, we're going to do the relationship one. You ready?
Okay.
You prefer blondes or brunettes?
Brunettes.
Boxers or briefs?
Briefs.
Prefer hugs or kisses?
Hugs.
That was a Hershey's question. Do you know that?
Oh, yeah.
Dimples or freckles?
Dimples.
Leggings or jeans?
Leggings.
Tattoos or piercings?
Piercings.
What's worse, bad breath or body odor?
Body odor.
You prefer brains or beauty?
Brains for sure.
You a night owl or an early riser?
Depends on the day.
Reese's Peanut Butter Cup or Snickers?
Reese's for sure.
Yeah, good answer, because we've had some challenges with that today, just so you know.
Yeah.
So,
Go look at my truck. That'll prove it.
All right, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Best of luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Be
Appreciate
safe.
it.
Hopefully you got a long season in front of you, and with some success and some podiums, and get moving up to the top of the list there.
That's what we're hoping for. So
all right.
I appreciate it.
Good luck. Gavin Peterson, driver of the number 6 and Pro Champ and Formula 3.